Everybody knows that Godzilla is the supreme alpha titan of the Monsterverse, but have you ever wondered how he earned that position? How did Godzilla become an alpha titan? That's the question I'm going to answer today. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Nerds Insights, your nerdy news channel. To answer this question, we'll have to delve deep into animal biology, particularly the dynamics of animals that live in groups. We know that there are alphas and betas among animals. However, no animal is born as an alpha or beta. It's something they acquire as they grow, dominate territories, and engage in struggles for prey, mates, and other privileges. This concept is what will apply to the Monsterverse. But before we go further, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on this video. We release videos every day, and your subscription means a lot to us. You might think your subscription is just one, but for us on the content production side, it means everything. We're happy all day when someone subscribes, and if you also leave a like, well, that just makes us even happier. Continuing with the ideology of alpha and beta titans, one thing that sets them apart from regular titans is that alphas and betas among animals move in groups. They're always accompanied by those who are submissive to them, and they enjoy various privileges. For example, lions don't need to hunt, the females do the hunting, and the alpha has the right to be the first to eat the prey, leaving the rest for others. They are constantly fighting against challengers to their position, even expelling their own offspring from the group when they grow up because they know they'll eventually compete for the alpha throne. In other animals like elephants, the alphas lead the group, going ahead, and if there's any threat or challenge, they are the first to face it as true leaders. What sets titans apart from animals is that titans don't move in groups. We've never seen Godzilla, Ghidorah, or even Kong moving in groups because they don't need to. Titans are gigantic monsters, independent, fighting only to be the strongest and to make others submit to them. The Godzilla we know, at some point, absorbed the energy from the hollow earth, described as a blue star, and thus gained his powers, such as atomic breath, becoming stronger and more powerful. This greatly aided him in claiming the alpha position. In other words, he is the alpha because he is the strongest. It's that simple. His responsibility as an alpha is to defeat other alpha titans to maintain balance on the planet. As Dr. Irene said in Godzilla vs. Kong, there cannot be two alpha titans in the same place. That's why Kong is still alive after fighting Godzilla. Kong bowed to Godzilla. Kong ceased to be an alpha. You might wonder, if Kong never fought another alpha titan, how did he become alpha? He was the alpha of Skull Island. He grew up in the midst of war, training, fighting skullcrawlers, and other giant creatures. He became alpha because there was no one to challenge him in that location, and we can see that as soon as he spots Godzilla heading his way, the first thing he does is prepare to fight. He doesn't think about retreating. He doesn't think about bowing down and submitting to Godzilla. He wants to throw down. He wants to fight. Even after losing badly to Godzilla in their first battle, he gets an axe and goes back into the fight. However, he had to set aside his alpha pride to stay alive, which was the best thing he could do. The same applies to Godzilla, the king of the monsters, all the other titans. Upon seeing that Godzilla defeated Monster Zero, who was the alpha among them, submitted to Godzilla. Why would they fight another kaiju that is clearly stronger than them? It's not worth dying in vain. Godzilla is much stronger, and it's much better to be submissive to Godzilla than to King Ghidorah, right? King Ghidorah would simply annihilate the entire civilization on the planet, while Godzilla lets the other kaijus be, as long as they don't dare cross his path. Like animals, the fight between alphas begins with a mentality. We can see that in the encounter between Godzilla and King Ghidorah, which, for me, was the greatest threat to the planet Earth in the Monsterverse. They stare each other down for a long time to see who will kneel first. Godzilla doesn't back down, run away, or kneel. King Ghidorah does the same, until he opens his wings to show his vastness, show his size, saying, "Look how big I am." And Godzilla roars, saying, "You're going down." That's when Godzilla and King Ghidorah throw down. They punch, they brawl. The same happens in their second fight. They don't care, they go for it. It's the same in the third fight. They face each other before the battle. So, this is the behavior once Godzilla became an alpha titan. He simply defeated all those in his way, thanks in large part to the star he consumed in the hollow earth, the energy source that gave him his powers. This made it much easier for him to be an alpha. And, thankfully, the Godzilla in the Monsterverse is a pretty nice guy who doesn't want to destroy the planet, because if he did, there really wouldn't be anyone capable of defeating him, or would there be? There is a hidden kaiju in the Monsterverse that promises to change the entire power hierarchy, and its name is Titanus Shimo. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you're feeling hesitant, not sure if this is for you, do a test. Stay subscribed for a week. If you regret it, you can unsubscribe and still keep up with the content. But if you like it and see that it's worth it, I also invite you to turn on notifications. This makes my job much easier in informing you, because as soon as the video is released, you'll get the notification on your phone. Then you decide whether to watch the news or not, okay? We're together once again. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and until the next video.